The year is 2019.
No. Well,
Thanos was finally defeated, Area 51 fully raided, and the camera industry, well, let's just say, it was starting to become jaded. That's because there was a new kid on the block that was throwing a wrench in every other camera company's sweet plans. Sure, Fuji dropped the Fuji GFX 100. Blackmagic dropped the Ursa 4.6K G2, which I had and owned and loved. But the new kid on the block was totally different than these big boys. He was small, fast, fit, and he came from a company most known for their lenses. At this point in the camera industry, every company was now fully embracing hybrid cameras that could do really good filmmaking stuff and really good photography stuff crammed into one body. But what happens when you max out the filmmaking, max out the photography, and then stuff it all down inside a tiny little melting pot that's about to explode with quality? You get the Sigma FP. It somehow creates really nice raw stills, really nice raw video internally, and even nicer raw externally, all somehow fitting into a pocketable camera body.
You'll get beautiful panoramas.
Here we are, all these years later, and I still have never tried the FP.
it's so tiny.
So I rented one to take with me to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, where I had a few days by the ocean for a family wedding. I wanted to bring a compact camera to document my son's first time seeing the ocean without sacrificing image quality. And that's what led me to this little guy. The location we're headed to has no public roads, so we had to get picked up by truck to safely survive the high tide beach drive, which was beautiful and making me so excited to start shooting.
We are spinning like a mofo.
So it's my first day in the Outer Banks with the FP, and I wanted to just focus on photography first before diving into the pretty dang confusing cinema modes on this camera. I'm so stoked to be in the Outer Banks with the little Sigma FP. Apparently there are wild horses that just roam around here. I did see the butt of one this morning, kind of hiding behind a hill. Now I'm just out and about, wandering with the Sigma FP, seeing what this little thing's all about. So there's the ocean. That's the house we're staying in. Big one. The FP offers incredible quality, raw, 26 megapixel, full frame photos. But if you know me, you know that I love JPEG photography. Thankfully, Sigma included a pretty robust JPEG system in the FP. There's tons of different color profiles that you can just bake into the camera, all of which look pretty good, some of which look actually insane. The autofocus on this camera is contrast based. It's not good. If a subject is moving at all, good luck. Also, it's an electronic shutter only, probably to help keep the camera super small, so when shooting fast-moving subjects, you do get some weird, warpy, rolling shutter effects as expected. But for casual, everyday use, it's pretty solid. Right, other me? No, because it's time for another episode of Filmmaker Reacts, the only show on YouTube that has filmmakers reacting to filmmaking things. I invented this concept, everyone is copying me. Whatever. I'm not even worried about it. We're gonna start with this first project that was shot on the FP called Sin Sin.
聞こえてんじゃねえかよ。
だって聞こえるもん。
だってもクソもねえんだよ。お前聞こえねえふりするんだよ。
Right off the bat, quality looks insane.
Hi.
The movement of the camera that they're doing in this short just looks so much heavier than a pocket camera. I'm sure they're rigging it out, especially to get this type of image quality. I'm sure they're going to an external SSD or recorder, but the movement feels like a big camera, which is really cool. Oh, look at that motion. Oh, some handheld. It feels heavy, right? Oh, it just has a richness, but also smooth. I don't know, that's raw video. It looks insane. I want to watch this movie now. That's so cool. There is a BTS video, so why don't we just pull it up and see what they did. There it is. Interesting little setup. I wonder how they're... Okay, it looks like they have an HDMI coming out, so they are using some sort of other monitor. Is that a little mic on top too? Like a tiny little microphone? It's secured with a rope. That's awesome. And there's an SSD on top. They are shooting RAW, of course. Here it looks like there's two external monitors, a Teradek going out to a third monitor, big old 40mm PL lens, matte box, Sackler tripod. This is a big old setup, but makes sense how they were getting that nice, natural, heavy looking motion. They're pulling out the legit dolly and everything.
アンダーで撮った時に
He's saying that underexposing created really good results on this camera. That's really interesting.
こう人の顔にグーって言っていく時にこうしっかり自分に集中させる
That's so interesting. Essentially, he's saying like the small form factor makes it less intimidating in the scene so that the actor or the subject can stay focused on the story or the performance or whatever it is, which makes a lot of sense. Those are my favorite types of cameras where the barrier of just going out and getting what you want to get is so low that it's just all up to you and your determination and motivation for the project. We got a couple more things. This next one is a trailer for a film that was supposedly shot completely on the FP called Liminal Girl. Whoa. This is cool.
Do you want to do a 3-day trek? Do you want to do a 3-day trek?
Girls can't travel like that.
Girls literally can't hike. So no idea what's happening in the story at all. I know that there's something about derealization and women hiking, but you know, the footage looks pretty good, so that's cool.
I feel like I begin to disappear.
Like, disappear how much?
It feels like I disappear completely.
Like, disappear how much?
All right, now the last thing we have to address, I'm gonna try not to get freaking riled up, but apparently the FP was used in the Halo TV show. Look, I despised the Halo TV show as a true Halo fan. I thought it was genuinely terrible. No matter what you think about the show, I'm not gonna rant that much about it. They did use the FP for like the POV helmet shots.
Good job. Nice move, Sigma. Thank you.
Actually, Anson & Co. made a video about this. I got to meet him at one of the Lumix events this past year, so let's just see what's going on here.
Today we're taking a quick look around the news that the Sigma FP was used on set for the new Halo TV series.
That's very interesting. So it looks like they have a Laowa on there. I feel like Laowa is just known for their like really low distortion wide angles, little small rig cage, SSD so they can shoot in RAW. Look at that rig, man. This dude's neck is putting in some freaking work. Apparently they also use Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6Ks, but looks like Laowa 0D distortions were the primes they were using. I'm so curious why they chose this camera. I'm guessing size and RAW, right? That makes sense. The thing about the show and these POV shots is they're used very sparingly throughout the show. I'll try to find some examples here. It's kind of like they're trying to recreate the first person look of the Halo games, and I watched through both seasons one time and it seems like they did an okay job. It's a little campy, I think, to do that kind of a shot. I get that it's a first-person shooter game, but they're not making a game. They're making a show. So I think it was totally like fan service to do shots like that, which is fine, I guess. If you're not subscribed to Anson & Co., go give him a sub, watch this video, check out his stuff. The FP is clearly able to capture some amazing footage, so why don't I take this thing outside in a beautiful location and see what I can capture with this thing.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn. Stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while?
When I first started shooting video on the FP, I kind of treated it like any other camera I would test. I maxed out the quality internally. I turned the picture profile to the flattest option possible, which in the FP is just PP off. But anytime a camera tries to get the PP off, you gotta recognize the red flags. This internal 8-bit 4K footage just wasn't looking right to my eye when I put the SD card on my computer and previewed it on my trip. Something just felt off. And yes, it's cool that you can shoot all intra internally. You can bake in those same photo color presets into your footage and get some unique looks right out of camera. But overall, the quality and the depth of the image just wasn't even close to what I wanted. I knew something needed to change. And I also knew from my research that the FP can shoot in Cinema DNG, a RAW format known for its robust quality and massive file sizes, but I had to give it a shot. So internally, you can shoot 4K Cinema DNG, but it's only in 8-bit, which for 2019 standards is pretty outdated, so I decided against that. But the FP can do 4K 12-bit RAW DNG, but only to an external recorder, and I'm on this family trip where I just wanted a little pocket rocket documentary setup. So that was out, which left me with one final option to get great looking internal footage on the FP, which is internal RAW DNG 12-bit footage in HD. Surely this will look like absolute dog cheeks, right? To my surprise, I absolutely loved this footage. This was my first time filming in DNG, and once I played the footage back, it felt like my eyes finally opened to what raw video is supposed to be. Who cares that there's no IBIS? These moments feel like a film. The motion is pure, the color is rich, the quality is so deep. Exposing with false color is a dream. The raw format allows me tons of flexibility, and DaVinci Resolve reads DNG files as a video sequence, so the post-process is easy. Now, of course, there were still many challenges, like the raw footage, even in HD internal, absolutely chewing through SD cards. A 128 gig card gives me about 25 minutes of recording HD raw. The lack of a tilt or flip screen made composing super frustrating. It is incredibly difficult to compose shots with this screen. You have to really squat down to see what's going on, and pulling focus on it is also pretty dang tough. Even though it does have focus peaking, it's not the most reliable, so I have the picture-in-picture turned off, but I just double tap to see what I want to be in focus with peaking, and then you can hit record, and that goes pretty dang quick and smooth. Battery life was doo-doo cheeks, but once I got home and glued the footage together, that's when I finally understood the FP.
We're going to be learning a little bit about the Sigma FP. Check it out.
I mean, yeah, that footage is pretty slick looking for an older camera, but does it actually hold up in today's standards of society and cameras? You gotta deal with the UI, which does look simple, but it's very difficult to navigate. No logs, dude? No internal 10-bit, dude?
Log picture profile, any chance that this will come anytime soon?
Yes.
You sit on a throne of lies.
But honestly, at the end of the day, after you're out shooting and you're looking at this footage, it gives you an incredible filmic looking feel and experience that a lot of cameras even today, especially for the price the FP is, can't provide. So if you don't mind working with a little clunk, you can turn this guy into a bit of a hunk. So overall, the idea of the Sigma FP is still absolutely incredible, and I really want to see Sigma take one more stab at this thing. I know they technically iterated on the FP with the FPL, but it was still the same format, and a lot of similar issues were in that camera that were in the FP. I want to see them make another version that can remain truly compact with raw video and everything, and just see what they can come up with. And of course, please add some of the modern upgrades we all expect now, like 10-bit internal, reliable autofocus, an articulating screen of some kind, and please make the interface more fluid in terms of navigating it.
This camera has no such log picture profile.
The FP definitely had some frustrations that made the in-the-moment side of things not as fun. The results were incredible, so it's just up to how you like to shoot. For me, I don't think I would use the FP because it was in the Halo TV show. Cheers. And one last thing, I noticed at the end of this Sigma FP ad, the words fortissimo pianissimo, I think that's how you say it, which was very interesting. You should look into it. I don't want to give it all away, but maybe it'll help you understand this video even more. All right, make sure to text me when you get home so I know you're safe, and freaking watch out for deer. Also, shout out to our newest Patreon member, Gandalf. Lovely to have you here. And remember that you guys are loved much more than you might even know. You are worthy and beautiful. I can't wait to see you in the next video. So get subscribed for that. We'll see you then. Bye.